Well, Eddy, I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Me too. I'm expecting big minutes from the Spartan freshmen here today. And then on Brandeis's part, they are going with 4 guards and 1 forward. So they have a commitment to get up and down the floor as well. So I'm expecting a very fast-paced game. These teams are really going to be going at it here.
So the judges will control the basketball first, and we're underway. Cooper with it, gets it off to Meehan. Back into Cooper. With Hollis on him. This is Jordan Cooper with a strong shot, missed, and Connor Nally comes down with a rebound.
And that's the guy that the Spartans going to have to slow down. Cooper, 15.7 points a game, about 6 rebounds, and a 44% shooter from the field. It's very good 6'6" frame at 210 pounds. He's really got the hops, and he's a scorer down low.
McIntosh looking inside to Hollis, so swing it. This is Moeller with it. Moeller can get hot. He can put points on the board in a hurry. This is Ryan Moeller. Shot off the glass, missed it. And the rebound comes down to Robinson-Vilmont, and here comes Brandeis the other way. Quickly down the floor, it's Cooper, and he was fouled.
And Cooper is a guy at 6'6". He is going to get out and run the floor. One of the more athletic forwards that we have in the conference, and a guy that can really move on the run, and he's also a very good free throw shooter and a guy that can get to the line pretty routinely.
Cooper, an 86% free throw shooter, and there are his first points of the afternoon. Fouls on Darius Inzar, that's his first.
And Ron, Brandeis shoots 75% from the line as a team. So of all of the teams that we have in this conference, this is not a team that you want to foul very often because they are very proven and distinguished from the charity stripe.
Moeller with the basketball, now it's McIntosh. Just underway here at Horsburgh Gymnasium. Spartans trying to get their 2nd win in a row in University Athletic Association play, and Robinson-Vilmont goes up for the rebound. Drives it down, dished it off to Cooper, and it went off of Cooper's foot. So look at Brian Meehan and his coaching staff. Brian in his 14th season here with the judges of Brandeis. This is Inzar with the basketball against Robinson-Vilmont. McIntosh and Meehan. Meehan with the steal. Nice feed, good ball movement, the layup, and a bucket for Tim Reel. Reel, an Ohio kid from Mason, Ohio, with his first basket of the afternoon. Kicks it, Nally can shoot it, missed it long, and Vilmont comes down with a rebound.
A lot of early rebounds for Robinson-Vilmont. The senior has been in the right place at the right time.
Nally with the follow. That was a miss by Fay. Comes Connor Nally with it. McIntosh will shoot it. Vilmont again. He's got at least 3.
Yeah.
The point guard. Very slow, easy-paced game right now. A drastic difference from the circus that Friday night was. There were times in that game Friday night, Eddy, I think we had 8 of the 10 players on the floor were freshmen, and they were there to shoot it, both on NYU's side and on Case's side. This is Vilmont with 2 seconds to shoot. It's going to throw up a 3. It was blocked by Inzar, and the Spartans will get it on the shot clock violation.
So early in the career of Inzar, we've seen him beat players off the dribble with some offense, but how about that defensive play by Inzar, getting a hand on the basketball, swatting it down as the shot clock expired?
So Zucker's the first sub in. Colin Zucker, the usual starter for Case on a guard spot. We'll swing it to Moeller. This is Colin. He'll shoot the 3. Got it.
Colin Zucker had a couple huge free throws on Friday, so he's feeling pretty good about that and going right to work immediately off the bench, knocking down the corner 3.
You know, you mentioned the free throws that Colin hit. He was 2 of 2 from the line at the very end of the game as Meehan shoots a 3 and he misses it. And I looked on the stats last night, and I don't know if it's a misprint or if it's true, but the stats say that Zucker's only been to the foul line 7 times in University Athletic Association play. 7 times in 10 games for a guard who handles the ball and shoots a lot.
I can double check on that for you.
That's
I think it's well, this would be for the season.
That's the season. Yeah, that's the season. On the website they've got it broken down to conference and season totals, and I was just stunned as Zucker handles the ball. This is Hollis inside. Michael Hollis, double teamed, gets it off to Nally. Connor on that left block, gonna kick it. Moeller for 3.
Moeller has scored 43 points in 2 games, so he is staying hot as well. Good to see him off to a fast start.
Robinson-Vilmont will pull it back between the circles, and Brandeis will look it over. Just over 4 minutes gone in this opening half here at the Veal Center. And falling over and falling out of bounds is Cooper, and the judges will turn it over. Coming off the bench, ready to check in, is Workman. Latai Workman now in the game for Brandeis. Workman, a 6'4" junior forward from Brooklyn. That's Vilmont with yet another rebound. Workman inside, double teamed. Cross-court pass. 6'4" early on, Spartans with the lead. Javi Alvarez at the scorer's table, the senior point guard ready to check in the game. Good defense that time by Ryan Moeller, and he creates a turnover. Tim Reel traveled with the basketball.
2 turnovers created by freshman Moeller with that one, and Inzar with an earlier one. I like the early defensive intensity that the young players are bringing for Case.
Eric Duguano checks in for Brandeis. Duguano from Saunderson, Rhode Island. Javi Alvarez now in the game for the Spartans. This is Javi with the basketball. Moeller with a soft shot, missed it. Tried to get the rebound, keeps it alive. Hollis fighting for it with Meehan. Michael wins it. Zucker will shoot the 3, misses it long. And Meehan grabs the rebound. Here comes Brandeis the other way. Duguano with Alvarez on him. Now it's Meehan, 8 seconds to shoot. Meehan will launch a long 3, and it's an air ball.
In the first several possessions, Ron, been kind of surprising to see Brandeis is really soaking up that shot clock. I mean, I don't think we've seen yet a shot that has come with more than 10 seconds to shoot it. They really soak it down and take their time.
Javi draws the defense, beautiful feed. Zucker for 3, missed it. Boy, everything worked perfect, except the shot. Fay gets cut off by Moeller. Back out to Vilmont. Workman and Meehan. Meehan by Hollis, ball fake. Beautiful pass inside to his teammate Jake Fay, and Fay with an easy bucket.
Well, of the guards, 3 of the 4 of them for Brandeis are seniors, and the one that's not a senior, Nate Meehan, is a junior. So this is a very experienced rotation of guards, and they have played many, many years together with each other. They know where they're going to go.
Good ball movement. This is Moeller and Hollis. Javi Alvarez, ball fake, shoots the 3, missed it long. Getting in there and almost grabbing it was Colin Zucker. 6-6. Tie game, 13:24 left opening half. Sam Hansen and TJ Duckett have now checked into the basketball game for the Spartans. Duckett and Hansen, 2 of the regular starters, in there with Alvarez and Colin Zucker. So 4 of the 5 regulars are back in the game right now. The only freshman holdover on the floor right now for the Spartans is Moeller. He's in the spot that David Black normally is in. Heyman inside to his teammate Workman. Workman against Duckett. Latai Workman with his first basket.
You know, Workman at 6'4", going over TJ Duckett at 6'7". He had to really climb the ladder to be able to deposit that one. That's a nice move inside.
Hollis with a screen for Alvarez. Colin Zucker thought about his three. He'll take one now. Colin Zucker with his second three.
Well, that's how you provide your team with some scoring. You're stretching the floor, forcing the defense to come out and guard you at the three-point line, and Zucker off to a fast start. 6 for the junior.
Workman out top. This is Fay, dribbles in. Hollis blocked his shot. And Fay's going to be called for a charging call. Sam Jansen stepped in and got good position.
Yeah, and in a slower-paced game like the one that we're seeing here today, I think the number of fouls you can expect to be a little bit on the lower end. We're about 8 minutes into the game, and we have 1 foul each, and it's not something you see very often.
Alvarez, Zucker, and Jansen out top. Colin with a nice spin, shot off the glass, missed it. Duckett with the rebound, put the ball on the floor, and got it back. Boy, I thought when TJ put the ball on the floor, he was going to lose it for good, but he controlled it.
Now that was a TJ bucket right there. I mean, he's leading the conference in offensive rebounds per game, about 3.5, and the Spartans getting another big break as we're going the other way once again.
David Black has now checked into the game. Michael Hollis will take the seat. So you've got Black, Duckett, Alvarez, Jansen, and Zucker in the game. This is the 5 that Spartan fans have seen most of the year. Screen and roll with Duckett, back to Colin Zucker. They'll swing it. Javi Alvarez splits the defense, and that one just got tipped, and Javi was looking to pass it. Someone stole it. David Black controls it. Swing. Sam Jansen, he'll shoot it, and he'll make it.
Good room for Sam Jansen. You love the ball movement going from the near side of the floor to the far side, and Jansen, the open man, knocking it down.
Ball partially kicked, not sure that there's a whistle. They're going to say Meehan was out of bounds, I'm not sure.
Haven't really seen anything definitive.
Maybe they
yet.
said Todd McGinnis was on the floor. I think that might be it. They thought that Coach McGinnis was too far out from the sideline and actually on the floor and impeded in some way the pass. So Brandeis will keep it. And Heyman's going to dribble it. 11:14 left, opening half. Spartans up 6, it's 14-8. Javi Alvarez and Colin Zucker with defense. Heyman's going to get it back. Heyman on the break. Missed the shot, and Duckett comes down with a rebound.
Duckett had to secure it with 2 hands, make sure that somebody didn't steal it away.
Zucker to David Black. Black on the block. Ball was stolen by Tim Reel. Here comes Reel the other way, right into Alvarez, and Javi's going to draw the foul.
Wow, and how about that individual effort by Tim Reel? That is a senior guard defending Black on the block, and knocked it away, pushed it the full length of the court, and draws that foul. It is not a shooting foul, so it will still be on the floor, but Tim Reel in his 4th year really making a difference for this Brandeis team.
Fay and Workman, they'll handle the ball right now as Alvarez knocks it out, and he knocks it off of Workman's thigh. Actually, that's Heyman, Carlin Heyman.
Couple early turnovers for Brandeis. I think the Spartans have definitely had the edge there in terms of protecting the basketball, but they have been able to turn the judges' turnovers into points. That's a good early sign.
This is Duckett, passes out of a double team. Alvarez with a screen. Javi in the lane, Javi off the glass, and Javi Alvarez with a basket.
Pretty crowded down there, but Javi puts it in and scores it anyways. You love to see the guard being aggressive and scoring for his team, doing what a senior should do.
Whistle inside. Basket will count. It's Tim Reel with the basket. Fouls on Jansen. It is Sam's first.
And I think right there, we got a good look at the passing ability by Jordan Cooper. I mean, he's turning around to face. He's scanning the defense from that right wing position near the free throw line and gave Tim Reel a good look and fired a fastball in there for a three-point play opportunity.
David Black with a ball fake, drives, kicks it out. Javi with a good swing. That's Jansen for three. Good ball movement. It leads to the three-point shot.
But you just love to see a freshman knocking down open threes, because sometimes you get a little bit too open, and for a younger player, that can rattle you a little bit inside. But Jansen's been very fundamentally sound. 6 early points, couple early threes.
Reel with Jansen on him. 7 seconds to shoot. This is Cooper. Gonna hand it off to Fay. Jack Fay with a drive. Step back, 18-footer. Got it. Beautiful shot. That time by Jack Fay.
Yeah, that really was a thing of beauty. There was just not anything more that the Spartans defense could have done right there. Just great one-on-one defense, but better offense coming from the judges.
Sam Jansen stepped out of bounds.
That's unfortunate. Would have been 3 for 3. Jansen from beyond the arc, but the slightest miscue right there, giving it back to Brandeis.
Brian Moeller has checked back in. He'll sub out Colin Zucker. Zucker will go back to the bench. He's got 2 threes. He's got 6 points. Moeller in the game with a 3. Hollis back in. TJ Duckett will take a rest. So on the floor for the Spartans, it's Alvarez, Hollis, David Black, Moeller, and Sam Jansen. Belmont and Reel will control it for Brandeis. Inside 9 minutes left in this opening half. Spartans are up 6. Very low scoring, slow paced opening half. Belmont with a 3.
Belmont has really been a monster on the boards for Brandeis. 6 of them, and he scores for the first time.
Tim Reel will draw the foul. Is his first. Connor Nally will check in. David Black will take a seat. Javi Alvarez will inbound it right in front of the Brandeis bench. He's almost sitting on the lap of Coach Meehan as he inbounds this ball. Brian Meehan was up. He disputed that foul call. This is Moeller with a beautiful drive, and he laid it up and he in.
That's excellent. That's excellent. You love to see an aggressive play made by a young freshman who up until now hasn't seen much playing time. He's been fearless, aggressiveness, and he's got a certain edge about him that really helps enable him to score.
Vilmont. Robinson Vilmont hit a 3 last time down. Steps back, they'll swing it. This is Cooper with the basketball. 7 seconds to shoot. Reel to Cooper. Cooper with a long 3. It's an air ball, and Jansen comes down with it. Here comes Case. Jansen to Moeller. Back to Sam. This is Hollis, the freshman from St. Ignatius, with the basketball. Spin dribble right into a double team, kicked it off. Nally with a wide open look, and he was fouled as he went up by Cooper.
Those are going to be 2 guys that are going to be working very closely together for the next several years. That's Nally and Hollis. Got great passing ability between the 2 big guys, and Connor was waiting right underneath the rim, and he will go to the stripe for 2.
Connor Nally from South Lyon, Michigan. Made one and missed one.
That was the Spartans' first trip to the line. All first half, I believe.
Reel missed it right. Ball's alive. Javi tried to keep it alive. And I think he stepped on the baseline as he jumped to tip that ball back into play. So Brandeis will have it. They'll have a fresh 30, and Vilmont will inbound it. This is Meehan with the basketball back to his teammate Robinson Vilmont. Robinson steps back. He'll shoot the 16-footer, and he'll make it.
just been very active for his team very early on, both in scoring and rebounding, ball handling, setting up other players for shots. He's done a lot of work.
Moeller gets it picked. Here comes Vilmont the other way. Ooh, Robinson goes hard to the floor. Ball was knocked out of bounds by Javi Alvarez, and Vilmont's okay, and that's good news. He's back up, ready to go. Colin Zucker will check in. Alvarez will take a seat. Here's a look at it.
Well, Javi Alvarez knows a thing or two about getting up and down the floor on the offensive end, so he's a very experienced defender of the fast break as well.
Tim Rio kicked the basketball, tried to get going with it. Feet got in front of his hands, and they'll turn the basketball over. Darius Inzar will check in for the Spartans, and Javi Alvarez will take a seat. So Inzar will guard Vilmont. It's Judge's basketball, so it went off of Tim's foot, then must have hit a Spartan on the way out. Good ball movement. Case up 4. They've been up as many as 8 at 19-11. There's 6:38 left in this opening half. This is Vilmont for 3. He can cut the lead to 1. Here comes Zucker the other way. Zucker to Hollis, beautiful feed. Michael Hollis with a wild spin. Shot was blocked, out of bounds, and the Spartans will keep it. They'll have 23 seconds to shoot.
Well, it's been pretty impressive to see Hollis. He's a big guy, 6'6", 190, and he can really move in transition. And a pretty nice block from behind right there. Spartans keep it, but Hollis is a very mobile big, and that will come in handy in the next couple of years.
Nally with a ball fake. Nally drives, misses the shot. Workman comes down with a rebound. Here comes Vilmont the other way. Vilmont's going to pull it back out. Ty Workman against Hollis. He'll hand it off to Meehan. Reel with it. Good feed inside. This is Reel. Step back shot. Missed it. Hollis with the rebound. Inzar down the floor. Here comes Reagan Moeller. Player control foul. Dropped the shoulder. The foul will go against Moeller.
Well, right here you can see Reagan was working with something. He had a nice little between the leg dribble right there. He's going to try to shake off his defender, but that shoulder at the last minute coming into play, and that is now Reagan's second personal.
Tim Reel with it. Back to Vilmont. Reel, Vilmont, and Meehan on the outside. Robinson's going to take it against Hollis, and Hollis blocked the shot. Zucker hit 2 threes early on. This is Hollis from the baseline, and the freshman scores.
Very good offensive execution. I like that we are seeing Michael Hollis and really seeing his talents. It's the first we've seen of the jumper, but he knocked it down with authority.
Meehan shot blocked, but he was fouled as he shot it. He landed badly on his ankle.
That was Colin contesting the long jumper right there. Not much you can really ask for more in the form of defense. That's 6 fouls on the Spartans now, so the next one is going to put them in trouble.
So Nate Meehan's at the free throw line, where he is an excellent free throw shooter, 92%. You mentioned it, Eddie. As a team, this Brandeis team shoots very well, 75% from the free throw line. That is, team percentage-wise, that's got to be one of the top team percentages in the conference, if not the country.
I would think so. And Brandeis also getting 3 looks as they clearly defined that the Meehan shot attempt was behind the line.
And they are 6 of 6 from the foul line so far this afternoon.
Pretty big chunk of points coming from the line, 6 out of just 21.
This is Zucker off a screen. Inzar with a nice crossover, dribbles in, found TJ Duckett. Duckett's shot was blocked. I think Darius should have laid that up. He had the layup. quickly down the floor, and Hollis got down and deflected a pass. Otherwise, it's a layup.
This younger lineup that Todd McGinnis is going with, they play pretty good transition defense. I mean, Brandeis has been looking to get out on the run, but haven't been able to score when they have numbers. Because most of their damages you saw right there coming either in the half court or from the free throw line.
It's a 1-point game. Inzar with a high screen. Now it's Jansen. He'll shoot a long three, and he makes it.
Boy, Sam Jansen really brought his shooting shoes today. He has not missed from deep, and he is leading all scorers currently on the floor with 9 and rising.
Ty Workman tried to get it inside. Darius Inzar on the break with speed, laid it up, laid it in.
Fantastic play by Inzar. This is one really talented player who's got a knack for getting some steals and has a nose for the basketball. Just reached in there and pushed it all the way down the floor and laid it in and finished the play strong.
Robinson Vilmont, he'll take it. Wide open look, missed it. Reel with the rebound. He doesn't miss that one.
Well, that's just a nice heads-up veteran play right there. Tim Reel not giving up on the play, being in the right position at the right time, getting the rebound and using the square wisely to his advantage, bringing them to within 4.
This is Duckett on the block. Nice soft turnaround hook shot. TJ Duckett had a double-double, 16 points, 11 rebounds the last time these two teams played. He's got 4 this afternoon. Spartan leads back to 6. It's 31-25. Workman with a spin. Workman missed the shot. Duckett with the rebound. Inzar sees Zucker. They'll get Darius for a foul. Spartans will turn it over. That is his second foul on Inzar from Pomona, New York. The freshman, David Black, will sub him out. Javi Alvarez checks back in as well. Here comes Vilmont down the floor with Black chasing. Nice feed to Cooper. Shot wouldn't fall, and Jansen saves it.
Wow, rare miss by Cooper. The Spartans have done an excellent job shutting down the leading scorer of the Judges. He has had a quiet first half thus far.
Zucker in the corner, he'll shoot the 3, missed it long. David Black tries to keep it alive. Robinson Vilmont steps in and controls it. So Vilmont will settle it in, and Brandeis will look for a bucket. They're down 6, 2:05 left to play opening half. Meehan for 3, corner, got it.
And here's the thing about this Brandeis offense. I mean, they have consistently shot over 40% for the game. They're just taking their time with their offensive possessions. I mean, 28 points doesn't sound like a whole lot, but it's been efficient.
David Black. David Black with his first 3 of the game.
You just love what David brings to the table. As a stretch 4, he gets your defenders away from the rim, makes life easier for other scorers, and he's got some pretty good range, especially from that left wing.
Boy, here's a mismatch. Vilmont with Duckett out on top. Cooper will shoot it. High eyedropper over the outstretched arms of David Black.
Well, I suppose you could go to your top scorer as well, but I was right there with you, Ron. I was expecting Vilmont to go straight at TJ and use his speed, but he elected not to.
Zucker out of a double team. David will shoot another 3 and make it.
Spartans have been getting some very good looks for some very good three-point shooters. They're essentially doing what New York had done in the game on Friday. Spartans shooting about 50% at a very healthy three-point clip.
Javi Alvarez with active hands.
Javi has really had a pretty good defensive season. I mean, it's been a kind of a untraditional season for him offensively because he's trying to create shots for other players, you know, being that point guard and that facilitator. But I would say Javi's got to be one of, if not their best defender, especially on the fast break. He's just able to get his hands on the ball no matter what way it comes.
He'll try to defend one more time here in this opening half. About a 20-second differential in the shot clock and the game clock.
There
and there
you go.
it is. You called it. Robinson-Vilmont got him back. Foul's going to go against Vilmont. There's a nice competition going on right now mentally and physically between Javi Alvarez and Robinson-Vilmont. Two talented guards, two very quick guards, two competitive guards, and they're just smiling at each other. I mean, I'm sure both of them love playing in moments like this when they could match up and really try to take it to each other. And there's Javi staring at Robinson-Vilmont right now on the floor. They're going to wind it down. The shot clock is off. There's 14 seconds on the game clock.
And Vilmont is not going to get another shot offensively, so he's going to have to stop Javi going into the locker room before halftime.
Alvarez with a crossover, dribbles in, lays it up, missed the shot. 1 second left, they'll have to shoot it. Real does, and it falls short. So an outstanding first half, although a very low-scoring first half. It is 37-30, the Spartans with a 7-point opening half lead.